Hello, it's the C6. What's the problem? Yeah, that's the problem. Right, so the C6 is back on the road, but before I talk about the C6, look at this. Look at this. It's coming through. It's working. Look. Look. This is what you need to remember. This is coming through. And this. See, I said I'd do it. I said I'd do it. I'm actually kind of quite enjoying it, weirdly, as I said the other day in the imp video. So yeah, I'm wearing it now. I'm looking like a muppet wearing all my own drip, but it's because it's quite chilly. The C6 has an issue. You've seen it. It's not that it has automatic headlights and only one of them works. It's that this bulb's gone. So it turns on to start with, and then after a certain amount of time, it dies. The problem is, I've never changed Xenon headlights bulbs before, ever. This is totally new. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to try and figure it out. Now, so I know when the bulb's died because it's got the headlight warning on the dash. Instead of having your side light and then your headlight indication telltale, the headlight one starts flashing. And what I've had to do, because I don't like having one headlight, it makes me feel unbalanced. So what I've been having to do is put the side lights on and the fog lights, which makes me look a chav. And I'm many things, but I don't think I'm a chav. So what I'm going to do is try and fix this. Now it's on this side. I've bought two bulbs. If it turns out to be quite easy, then I will possibly change the other side as well. Citroën's own instructions say you have to remove the front bumper. I am not doing that. It also, I've seen it written online, people saying if you've got small hands, you can sometimes do it in situ. I do have small hands. Luckily, this is a very useful thing. Most blokes wouldn't like it. It's really handy. So the first thing I've got to do is disconnect the battery, because there's a lot of voltage going through Xenon bulbs. I don't know how they work, but there's some big orange cables, so I'm guessing you can, well, unalive yourself pretty easily. Another thing it is worth doing on a C6 when you're disconnecting the battery, as I might have said in the video the other day, why aren't you going, why isn't it one touching? Put the window down. The reason you do this is because when you go to open the window, or open the door I should say, because they're frameless doors, the window drops slightly when you pull the handle. See? So it clears the car. This is not a Citroën C6 thing, this is common. A lot of cars with pillarless windows do this. Problem is, if the battery is disconnected, and you go to open the door and the window doesn't drop, the window will flex and allow you to open the door, and you probably won't be able to feel the difference. But when you go to shut the door, well, these are laminated side windows and they are expensive. So the trick is disconnect the battery, which is in here. Of course, I didn't open the passenger door, which would have made sense. Now I'm going to have to lean across to open the bonnet like a mug. See? Right, so apparently the first thing we do is that. And then I have to remove this trim here. Luckily, because the car is old, all the trips just come out with my fingernails, all the trim clips. Right. And there should be a cover in here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see all this. It's quite fiddly. Really, I mean, it's a difficult thing to film, isn't it? I don't know how easy it is to take the head. I mean, the headlight. Have I ever taken the headlight out? I don't think I have. I'm guessing you have to take the bumper off to take the headlight out. I'm guessing there's fixings down behind here, which is why Citroën say to remove the headlight. So let's have a look. Oh, there we go. There's a cap. Can't see anything. Where's my Whiteland Restorations head torch thing? Right, I don't know where that's gone, but I found a light. So I should give them a shout, actually, because the first one I bought off them broke. After Hubnut used it. I'm not saying there's any correlation between those two events, but it died. They sent another one out instantly. No questions. I'm not saying tell them that your thing's broken, that your light, so that they'll send you another one and you get two, because that's mean. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying excellent service, considering they're my rivals. Right, so I've left the thing disconnected for a while. Bloody hell, okay. There's like this box in there. Oh, I've twisted it. Oh, that's big. What's that? Oi. There's a loose electrical connector here that's not plugged into anything. Ah! What's that? Right, that electrical connector is supposed to go into something, and it was not plugged in. And it's got, you can see in there, it's got this little white tab. I think that disappears when this is put on the bulb. So when you push this on and twist it, or fit it to the headlamp and twist it, I think that then disappears, allowing you to plug it in. But I think the bulb, it must be coincidental. I must have just accidentally disconnected this when I put my hand in there, because the bulb was going browny pink and then it would die. I took this on a road trip the other day for the first time in a long time to drop off Hilda's gearbox to the man, James, who was doing a Le rebuild. Oh no, it's Scottish, isn't it? The rebuild. And yeah, I mean, God, what a machine this is. It's just the best motorway cruiser. But yeah, I did all that, and without a headlight, forgot the headlight didn't work. What I'm supposed to be looking at. And yeah, there's not a lot of room down there, is there? But yeah, there's a locking ring around the bulb, apparently. And this does automatically disconnect. So when I first twisted this, it ejected that connector. It automatically disconnects, so you can't zap yourself with that, because I imagine that will be painful. You'll have to excuse the mess around there as well. I'm in the middle of tidying some stuff up, because there was a guy the other day who was very upset. I'm glad he's got time to tidy. I'm guessing it turns anti-clockwise. Blood. Oh, is this why they say you've got to take the headlight out? Just wondering if it's worth trying it on the other side, just to see if apparently the access is easier on the left here. Oh, it is. Yeah, the access is easier. Might as well change this bulb, hadn't I? Oh, God! I'm gonna be very careful, because I watched a video the other day by a channel called Comfortable Car Club, I think it was. He watches this. Hello to you, whatever your name is. And he was doing this on his C5, and he pointed out, there we go, he pointed out that that part of the bulb is very delicate, but no one ever tells you that. So I'm glad I watched that, because otherwise I probably would have just yanked it about. Well, I mean, I said I don't know if I would, because you have to be cautious with the glass on halogens, don't you? I don't know why it explodes, but apparently they do. If you get grease on them. Let's just check that the new bulbs, I mean, I don't know if these are upgrades or not. Those are Osram Zenarch. Oh. I've bought exactly the same bulbs. I was hoping I'd bought something that was... Yeah, they're literally exactly the same. I mean, they were really good headlights. But, yeah, I was hoping I'd bought something upgraded. Right, so that's the lock and ring that just comes out. So, yeah, it was a bit of a... I needed to get my hand in right underneath. And you can't get your hand right in underneath because there's this suspension pump thing here. Which I think is kind of important to the car. Oh, God. I mean, how many... Is it worth moving that? No. No. Yeah. Bloody hell. One blown bulb. Can we see a difference with it? Oh, it's got a bit of staining on it. It's got that white stain there. I can touch this one. So apparently this is delicate. I don't know, it's not. Yeah. And apparently it will still work with a break in that, just not for very long. In this video, car mechanic changes a bulb. Right, so apparently you put the bulb in the locking ring first. Hang on, which round did it go? Top. I didn't want to do that. It survived. Right, I'm not going to put that one in this side, I'm going to put that one in this side. Because then if it does fail, I can change it again easier. Right, I've sussed it. So, well, I haven't sussed it. It's actually not hard to put that one back in. So basically, I don't do it the way the instructions... I mean, it's only instructions that some fella's written. I'm not doing it the way he said, because he said to put them together and then put them in. I'm not doing that. I'm putting the bulb in first, rotating it till it finds its lug, and then fitting this based on the fact it's got top written on it. So put it on roughly where it's meant to be, wiggle it around until it sits, and then lock it in. So what I need to do is, where's that bulb that I dropped? I'm going to get all my bulbs mixed up now. This is what not to do. This is definitely not a how-to guide. Right, so this one here is the one that got dropped like some cool merch. I'm going to put that in this side. I think it's okay. Because if it landed on the plastic bit, then... Oh. A bit of glass just fell out of it. I think. Oh, I don't know now. So that's the one that came out of the passenger side. So that does work. So I could put that back in. But this might be okay. Was that... Bits of glass are definitely falling out. Some would consider that a sign. I think I might have broken my brand new Xenon bulb. But that one's all bluey and this one's not. That means it might look different. Shall I try it? I'll try it. Who cares? What's the worst that could happen? I could catch fire. It's many hours later, and I finally got that one in. This one was... I took this one apart again to make sure I was putting that one together correctly. And this is supposed to be the difficult side, but... Truth be told, I can't say I've found that. He says, now failing to put this one back in. It's getting these ballast... Is this what they call them? Ballasts? Ballast... Not ballast resistors. Can't be ballast. I think that's what they call them. But it's getting these back on that's the fight. And before anyone goes, Oh, stupid French cars. That's the problem I find with anything I work on that's German. The plastic connectors are often a pain in the arse. They've thought of a needlessly difficult way to do it. Sometimes less is more. Not with power, obviously, but... Oh my god. My watch thinks I'm doing a workout. That's how stressed out I'm getting. Right. I've found out what it is. The little white tab. I think I read something on this guide, actually. The little red tab in there, little white tab, sorry, is not where it's meant to be. And I think that's because this white ring inside, or yellowy ring, has moved. So I need to see if I can... Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh, but I've only lost a few years off my life in stress to find that out. There you go. I bet it goes straight on now. See, when someone charges you £100 to change your headlamp bulbs and you go, what? It's because they found stuff out like that the hard way. So I'm now hoping that it simply glides into position, which it isn't. Ah, there it is. It's in and it's plugged in. Right. Now I have to reconnect the battery. I'm going to do it before I put all this stuff back on, just to make sure they work. The guide says you've got to leave it for a minute before you turn the ignition on, and another minute before you turn the headlights on, which seems pointless to me, but I will do it just in case. Right, let's leave it a minute. Incidentally, I can tell you about a fun fact that I found out the other day. You see, it's only got one optic. Most cars have two, don't they? They have like one there and one there. My old C4 used to have one of these and a standard halogen bulb for full beam. But this only has one optic, and everyone's like, oh, hang on. So it only has one bulb. One bulb does main beam and dip beam. But that bulb is not a twin filament. It's a single filament. It's just a single bulb. So how does that work? In there is a little electromagnet with a flap. And when you put main beam on, the flap lets all the light through from the bulb. When you turn main beam off, it partially obscures some of it. It deflects the beam down. How cool is that? And that means that the headlamp steering, the lights that turn with the steering, main beam and full beam does it. That's cool. Even the DS didn't do that. I'm going to put the side lights on so that the headlights don't turn on. Of course, one of these bulbs, this bulb in here, is the Dicky one. Well, I say Dicky, it's the one I dropped, so it might be a Dicky one, I don't know. I looked at it under a light in the office and I could not see any issue with it at all. It looks absolutely mint. So I don't know what that was falling out of it. I thought it was broken glass, but maybe it wasn't. It seems silly to use it really, but I don't know why I did. Right, ready? If I turn the lights off, in theory they should turn on because of automatic headlights. No, okay, headlights on. There we go. Let there be light. Oh, they're really blue. And now they're going like white. That's quite cool. Now we wait. This is where that one dies again, and I find out that it's the ballast resistor that's dead. Or that might not be, because I now swap the ballast resistors around probably, because of my stress. Well, we're just going to leave it like that for a while. That headlamp needs polishing again, doesn't it? I'm waiting. Do you want to see how cool this is? I just tried this based on my new knowledge about the main beam on this car. Listen to this. The engine's not running. She can hear stuff. If I put main beam on, You can hear the little trap door opening and shutting. Oh, no. So that's shut. Open. Shut. Open. Shut. Sorry, I find that, yeah, I find that's quite cool. Well, that's been sat there for about 15 minutes like that. There's not actually any heat. Weird. So I'm going to call that a great success. It seems that it's done the job. I've got, is that the one with the spare bulb? Yeah, so that's the old bulb from the near side. So I'll keep this in the car just in case. Not that I can, I can change this on the side of the road. Yeah, I could change that on the side of the road. The headlamp, the full beam thing is trick. I think that's really cool. A little, it's like the old Morse code thing, isn't it? In the war ships in the Navy. So yeah, that's about it. I'm now going to go and have some lunch, and then I'll finish the video because I've done a video before where I just changed the bulb, and it wasn't a very good video, really. And this one's not been a very good video because I've basically just been getting stressed. So I'll finish it with a little montage filmed from the car with a camera of the lights at night. So you won't be able to see where you're going, but you'll be able to see the lights going around corners. Should we do that? I'll put a bit of music on, like, I don't know, it'll look something like this.